Hi, Ron Kaufman here, founder of Uplifting Service with our Global Director of Client Success, Linda Spicer-Tan. Linda, in the proven path that we use to work with clients all over the world, it has 6 steps. The first one is focus. What do you want to achieve? The second vital step is called certify. What's that about? Who's getting certified? To do what?
Well, to answer your first questions, who gets certified, we actually get the company to identify and select people who are passionate about service, who feel strongly about quality of service and have that inclination of like to share and coach others to deliver better service.
And so we certify them to become what?
To be the service ambassador for the organization.
So they are the uplifting service leader.
Yes.
And we actually take them through a program and then give them certification so that they can
educate. We have this thing called the Workshop Leader Certification Program, whereby they're selected leaders in the workshop to go through our principles and to be certified. So getting them ready to go out and to educate the rest and to cascade these principles.
Okay. Let's talk about what's the first thing that someone who's going to be certified as an uplifting service leader really needs to do to be successful in the role. What comes first?
The first thing for them is to understand the service principle. And not just to understand the service principles, but to internalize it, believe in it, to know that this works. They have a personal buy-in within themselves.
So in other words, get to know the material, the point of view, the principles, the tools, and do what? What do you mean by internalize?
For example, our service definition is service is taking action to create value for someone else. This is our fundamental principles. People get excited with this principle. The starting point is someone else. They have to believe in it so that they can then share with their team members, with the rest of the employees in the organization about this fundamental service principle that we are to focus on to someone else to create value for them.
And then use the various tools and the methodologies that we have in all of our 10 service principles to actually make it happen. Okay, so you're saying step 1 is you got to believe in this yourself.
Yes.
You got to see that it is actually relevant in your own life.
Correct.
You got to actually, as you say, internalize it. Okay, what's next?
Next is to be able to share that idea, that service mindset to the rest of the team member and to the rest of the organization. Share it with enthusiasm. Share it in a way that people will be able to say, hey, I want to join in this, in what you believe in, and let's make things happen together. Start working on coming up with ideas. It's not just about education, but it's also about application.
So it's not education like theory, like you're going to take a test, but it's about understanding something new and being able to actually use it for beneficial outcome.
That's why they learn the service principles, and we give them a set of tools that they can apply, they can use, very structured way.
Tools like worksheets, tools like PowerPoint, tools like video files that they can actually use to teach, but also to guide the use, the application.
Yes. We have tools to help them step by step, a thinking process of how to solve a problem together as a team.
So does a certified uplifting service leader has a certain confidence that these tools are going to actually work?
That's when they need to internalize that this actually works. And during the certification program, every one of them will have an opportunity to look at a problem, solve a problem, come up with ideas. They go through the same process that what they are going to do for their participants in the future.
Got it. And so participants may come with a problem they've never seen before. It could be IT, it could be supply chain, it could be interviewing new people, orientation program, responding to customer complaints, launching new programs, so many things that these uplifting service leaders could come and bring the tool set to be able to help them find ways to do better. Even if the uplifting service leader has never seen that problem before?
Yeah, we can, because we have a team together. And the team can help each other.
So what I'm hearing you say is there needs to be a level of confidence and belief in the effectiveness of the tools, the effectiveness of the method, the effectiveness of the approach.
The tool, the approach, and also I think believing that the audience will be able to have the answers. I'm not saying that the workshop leaders, the uplifting service leaders standing in front have all the answers. No, the answers are within the audience themselves. It's how do we draw it out from them?
How do we encourage them? How do
Encourage
we
them.
enable them?
Yes,
Got
exactly.
it.
And the tool helps the workshop leader to facilitate and to get the best. That's why we say that they are not just trainer, they are actually facilitator. They enable people to learn.
Beautiful. And that audience that you referred to, we call them the uplifting service champions.
Yes.
Can everybody be a champion?
Well, you got to believe that they can be a champion, right?
Right.
For a start. That's why, when as a workshop leader, you are being certified, you believe that you're ambassador. You are holding this responsibility. You have this added responsibility, all right, to be the mouthpiece to ignite in the employees that you can do better. You can be a better version of yourself.
Of yourself, and you as a team can
As
be
a team, yes, exactly. So which means that you are going to, I wouldn't say generate, but you're going to encourage these people to step up to become a champion in their own right.
Yeah, very good.
Yeah.
Very good. Now, one of the interesting people in the overall game is the CEO.
Yes.
Or the senior leadership or the managers, yeah? What is the relationship, what's the role for the uplifting service leader who's been certified with the senior leadership of the organization?
They need to have a good relationship with the senior management to understand what are the key objectives, what do they want to achieve. Where is the focus for the organization, and to be able to translate that and to bring it to the team, to the rest of the team members. So, uplifting service leaders, so to speak, needs to have a very good relationship and understand what the management want.
And the senior management needs to know that they can use these uplifting service leaders as a communication channel.
Exactly.
Okay, so now if the communication channel is going this way from senior to the champions through the certified leader, is there also a back channel? That the certified leader learns things from the people who are actually in the workshops and communicates that back.
Well, definitely. So, take for example, the uplifting service leader who conducts the workshop hear interesting ideas,
Yeah.
right? And they can record down these ideas and then bring it up to the senior management and say, hey, what happened in the workshop? There are a few good ideas that's been raised up by the participants or by which department, something that we should look into.
Okay.
And then the management can then, taking in this information and come up with some initiatives.
Okay.
Yeah, and work
Okay.
closely with the uplifting service leaders.
Very good. Now, sometimes, though, I know that an uplifting service leader will also hear not just good ideas, they might hear some grumbling, they might hear some complaints about...
Exactly. So these information will also be feedback up. So they are like the channel.
Yeah.
Yeah, the interface, so to speak, between the team members and the senior management.
But let's be candid.
For both ways.
Let's be candid. If I'm an uplifting service leader and I hear all of these champions, grumbling about something or other, and I just go back and I'm an information channel, they're grumbling. I just want you to know there's grumbling. That's not going to be helpful.
Actually, what happened in a workshop is this. If the team members are actually grumbling, we should not just let them grumble, but to say that, okay, so these are issues and problems and challenges of the workplace. What we have just learned, the service principles. What can we do to take personal responsibility to step up, to make the situation better, and ideas generation, which means that I would foresee the workshop leaders being able to manage that in the workshop and
Yes.
then bring the ideas up, which means that these ideas were generated because there was a concern raised.
Very good. Very good.
Yes. And then the uplifting service leaders can then nudge the management. We need to do something about it quick.
Right. And nudge and here's something that you could do.
Yes. So we always come with solutions. It's not just about, information, passing of information.
Yeah, very good. And when you're talking about nudging the senior management to actually participate, what would be some examples of things that people in senior leadership positions can do to support and encourage the uplifting service leaders that we certify to actually be able to help make change happen in the organization?
Well, there are a few practical things that senior leaders can do. One is to be present, to open the session for the workshops itself.
Okay.
A service excellence workshop, be there to open the workshop to actually state your objectives and your expectations.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And some encouragement, I hope.
Encouragement as well, definitely. And if they can, at the end of the session, they come back again to shake their hands and say, hey, now that you're a champion.
Very good.
Yeah.
Very good.
And also, now the thing here is, after they have learned these principles, they are going back to the workplace to make real change.
Okay.
And when real change happen at the workplace, senior management step in again to give recognition to their team members.
Got it.
Yes.
So in the design of our proven path, we started out with focus. What do you really want to achieve? certify these very important uplifting service leaders. Then they have that job of educating, teaching, but finally execution, deliver, generate the ideas,
Yes.
apply to specific situations.
That's right.
Very
yeah.
good.
And then like what I just mentioned, senior management needs to recognize this improvement, because what gets noticed gets repeated.
There you go. So that's the support and the sustain, so the
Yes.
whole organization can enjoy achieving the results that you focused on aiming at the very beginning. And certifying the uplifting service leaders is a critical second step on the proven path.